Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show tonight. It is it's Friday. Jeez, Halloween threw me off. It is Friday night, and we got a special guest tonight. He is a bare knuckle fighter and like one of the best in the area. So we want to have him on the show so he can talk about his next fight coming up November 9th. Eric Lozano. Oh, let me, you know what? Let me, you, okay. Oh, okay, cool.
And I accepted it or whatever.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sir. Sweet. All right, so how you been, man?
Been good. Been working a lot. Took a new position. Kept me really busy.
Oh, okay.
Um, Issues this past month with my vehicle, and it's been a little tough getting to training and
Mm.
back and forth. Just got it back yesterday, so
Cool, cool.
the day before it was on Wednesday. So
And you're still training at the same facilities and everything?
I've been training fit in 24 with some boxers, and then I go train with Coach AC at the dojo with some MMA fighters who are doing MMA. It's going to be for the middleweight championship for Rebel Sports
Okay.
or Combat Sports out in Lansing.
Oh, nice. Cool. So get some traveling going there. So I'm very interested in this fight that you have coming up. Just, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this picture up here real quick. Um, we'll go. So tell me what you know about this guy that you got coming up here.
Dean Cotto is a up and coming younger kid. Looks to he's a really good striker. Looking forward to getting in there and throwing some hands with him. Some kicks. He likes to kick a lot.
Mm.
So he doesn't go to the ground. So uh, it's a matchup for the fans actually because I'm a stand-up fighter myself.
Yeah.
So I don't like going to the ground, but
Right.
it's part of the game. But
Exactly. You definitely, that's the last place you want to be, on the ground, because you're like, what's going on here? How is this even happening? Because we watched your last fight at El Rancho. Are they going to do that again?
not for this one.
Oh.
This one's here in Lansing, Michigan. So
Oh,
it's
that's
an
right.
hour, 15 minutes
That's
away.
right.
So
All right.
I want people to come out and support me out there. So
So, let me go back to it. It is, what is it? A hotel,
yeah,
Lansing. All right.
it's previously promotion was TWC that used to fight there, and TWC was sold,
Mm.
and they relocated I think to Florida. So the promoter now opened up a new promotion called Rebel Combat. So I think he's only got one champ, Daquan at super middleweight. He's
Mm.
fighting for the middleweight championship here. Like I said,
Oh, sorry.
Dean Kawa is a stand-up fighter. I'm looking forward to going and banging with him. It's going to be a fun one. I think most will go to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, if it goes to the ground or whatever, I'll probably be the one taking it there.
Yeah.
Just because he's extra long. He's 6'4", I believe, and he uses his distance pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody's ever pressured him or gone forward with him. So he's played the game to where he keeps his guys at bay,
Yeah.
and he controls the striking. I'm not gonna let him keep it at bay. I'm gonna come forward,
Right.
put pressure on him, make him throw strikes, get out of that range for the kicks to hit solid, move around. I'm all the way in or all the way out. I don't want him to get caught. I know
Right.
he must. He looks like a big physical guy. He looks like he's gonna hit hard. From what I understand, he stopped the fight from kicks. So
Mm.
we'll see how tough the kicks are. But then
One,
again,
one of his fights got stopped? Or
yeah,
he stopped?
he was fighting Victor Jones. Victor Jones couldn't take any more leg kicks, so they stopped the fight from him.
Okay.
So he
We'll
won
see
by
that.
TKO for high kicks. So
Okay. Now, is this fight gonna be aired anywhere, or is it just
I
because it's in
think
Michigan?
there's a live stream. I got motion. Um, see about it, but I'll check in with him to this podcast and see if there is, I'll post it.
And we can share that. Definitely share that because we got one in Holland's own. We have to support the Holland area. Anybody from the Holland area, because like we said, even with anything like music or acting or whatever it is, fighting, there's talent everywhere. So we have
For
to
sure.
we have to share that because everybody thinks Holland's like, oh, there's nothing to do. Get a talent, grow your talents. So with this fight coming up, I'm sure you've trained and you got, is there any new techniques that you picked up along the way that you thought to try out, try to use,
This is
without giving it
actually,
away?
I think, like with my bare knuckles, we do a lot of stand up. I don't think Dean's gonna try to take me down, but if he does, I'll end up on the ground. I fought
Mhm.
some black belts and MMA. I fought some of the best. I fought Joe Riggs. Joe Riggs was Justin James, another UFC veteran that's really good at wrestling. So I fought some of the best guys in the world already. I don't really see Dean
Mhm.
going that route, but if he does, I'll be ready for it. I have trained to be on the ground. Shit, I might take it to the ground. He's getting me with his distance. I think he's up and coming fighter. He hasn't fought caliber guys that I've fought.
Yeah.
I said I fought some of the best in the world, and I think this is a huge test for him, and
Exactly.
I think it's gonna be a fun one, and
Sounds like it.
looking to go in there and put on a show. And looking for the finish. I want to KO him, get another knockout of the night under my belt. So
Oh yeah,
that's
definitely.
that's what I want to go out there and do.
So and we sit here, like we watched your other fight, and there was a moment there where I was like, like, because I thought yeah, 'cause I thought he got you, but then you came back, and so it's like the one that we watched the LFL. Yeah.
Yeah, my last bare knuckle fight of fighting Mike Richmond. He was but he ranked number 5 in the world. I was ranked number 7. He's actually fighting for the championship now.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
called out Josh Dyer,
Mhm.
who is currently ranked number 3, and
Okay.
because me and Richmond had for the night. It was a banger. I mean, we went off 5 rounds. He ended up catching me in the 5th round.
Mhm.
Me not having the experience in boxing, I think kind of a little bit was
Yeah.
when I got caught. Coach was telling me just relax, get your wits, and stand up. I think I just got up a little bit too late,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
so I was trying to do this. So I just don't know how it works. I've never been knocked down, been able to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah, because I was like, I remember watching that because we were like, I'm just picturing him sitting
I
there.
mean, he did catch me with a
Yeah.
good solid punch. I had went all in with my right, and I was coming back. He's a left-hander,
Yeah.
and Mike Rich is one of the best in the business, man. He's been fought on for UFC,
Mhm.
Bellator, so he's up there, and
Yeah.
and he was a former champion for bare knuckles, and now he's fighting for championship again against Warren. So,
Right.
yeah, he caught me. Much respect to Richmond. I'm hoping to run it back. That's why I call out the number 3 guy
That's what I was just gonna say.
in the world. So hopefully
Yeah.
me and Dyer could get it in. Richmond's fighting for the championship December 21st against Warren, and I have to be on the same card against Dyer. So I'm hoping that's in the works. My manager's working on it. Hopefully we can make it happen. If not, give me another top 5 guy, and
There you go.
we go from there. I'm gonna make my last run after this fight on for bare knuckles. And see, I'm thinking Richmond's gonna go win the championship and beat Warren easily,
Mm-hmm.
and I beat Dyer or another top 5 opponent, and maybe we could run it back in the future. So the championship.
That would be awesome because actually I was gonna ask you. So, okay, so you have a group of people, you got your rankings and things. So how do you get your own, like pick your own opponents, or do you
No,
have to
no,
wait
there's a
until you see
matchmaker that is
I always wonder how they did that.
there's a matchmaker for most promotions.
Yeah.
In the bare knuckle case, it'd be Nate Shook. So
Yeah. Oh, okay.
and you won't talk to anybody unless you have a manager. So
Mm.
that's why I got my manager
Yeah.
and
That makes sense.
in the works. So I'm hoping I go and victorious against Dean. There's no setbacks. I don't get no suspensions for any reason, a cut or
Right.
what have you. I mean, it's MMA, anything's possible. So things happen like that in the fight business.
Right.
I'm hoping I come out clean, ready to go, and hopefully I can fight December 21st out in Florida at the Hollywood Casino again.
Awesome. One more question and then we'll get to the sponsor video. Um, have you ever been in a position of like on the way to a fight and then it got canceled?
There were positions where
I always wondered what I'm like, how do they do that? Like, do you still get paid for that? I always wondered that about anything like that.
I've
Because
gotten I've gone the last time I went to Oklahoma. There was it depends on the promotion you're fighting for. I was gonna go fight in Oklahoma, and I was fighting another Bellator standout. It was something with a medical issue, and they ended up still giving us half our purse each. We both showed up, made weight, and everything. We were ready to back. Something happened, and doctor didn't approve the fight, so it was canceled, unfortunately. And yeah, it depends on the promotion.
Yeah.
I also was scheduled to fight Alton Cunningham out in Wisconsin in the main event. I was cutting weight. I was in the sauna when I got the call that Alton had to pull out because for some reason he fell in the shower and had a concussion or some bullshit.
Yeah, I remember.
And we ended up heading out there anyways. The promoters like, come out. I'll give whoever's coming out to the fight. I'll give you guys I'll give you the show for free. Oh, so we went with a party bus and yeah, special shirt for Cunningham.
That's cool.
So
oh, did you bring a shirt? Oh, you don't have them made?
I don't have them. They're gonna be. They should be done this weekend. It's in the process right now. So I posted a mock of what we're coming up with for the shirt. I could send it to you quick.
Actually,
The next Traveso shirt. I think my buddy's gonna add Full Combat Sports Championship at the bottom with the belt. Of course, my sponsors and stuff.
That's cool how they did that. Yeah, they looked at
it. That's all I wanted to mock up. Usually just tell my guy, Nate Williams, I'm like, hey bro, let's do for this one. I was like, I want something with Texas and Michigan, a combination of both, because I fight out of both states, either here or there.
Actually, badass. I like that.
And that's what he came up with. He's like, check this out. I'm like, fuck yeah, run it.
That is freaking cool.
So yeah,
that's fight me out. That's awesome. I like that. That is. I never thought he would actually do something like that.
Yeah, my the fight me came from me being matched up with wrestlers and MMA, and with the wrestling, I didn't have wrestling in high school.
Yeah.
When I was in, I didn't have wrestling in high school when I was in school. They ended up getting wrestling like 2 or 3 years later. So there was no wrestling in school. I got a full right to go play football. Didn't wrestling. The way I learned how to wrestle was fighting in the pros. Actually, like my amateur career was 16-3, and I did a year, and he would fight me, so I had to go pro.
Yeah.
And right off the rip, I started fighting the best, and then started to fight some really good wrestlers, and I was being held down. And that's how I learned how to do wrestling, fighting in the pro. So
Dude, that was like, wait, what year? You said that was in high school? That you when you first learned how to do that?
no wrestling, I didn't learn how to do that.
Oh
until
no,
I
they
started
didn't
fighting.
have high school.
They didn't have it in. They didn't have it at my high school in Texas.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
So
That makes sense.
yeah, I think wrestling started out here in the Midwest.
Okay, sweet. All right, well, let's go ahead and get with our sponsor's video real quick, and we will be right back. This episode is brought to you by Papa John's, 280 North River Avenue, right here in Holland. Give them a call, 616-355-7272. Southside Cuts, with 2 locations, 114 West 16th or 375 Columbia Avenue, 616-836-7502. They're open weekly 10 to 8. Pure West Compassion Club, located at 9730 Adams Street, Holland, Michigan. Get a hold of them, 616-772-9420, or visit their website at purewestclub.com.
Hey, hey.
I had to. All right, we're back. Thank you for everybody for joining. We appreciate you. We got Eric Lozano on tonight. Got a fight coming up on November 9th in Lansing, Michigan at the Causeway Bay Hotel. And let me go ahead and show that picture again real quick. The fight. General admission is $40. VIP is $85. There are tables available. Live MMA action. Bare knuckle fighting. Eric, good to have you in the studio tonight. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it opens doors open at 4:30. Fight starts at 6.
The last show that the show started exactly at 6. All the fights were done by like 9. So,
Oh, okay.
so it makes it easier for us to come back home.
Because you guys are what, 4.5 away?
Yeah, about an hour, 15 minutes. So,
Even though
I remember fighting out there against the Quad in the championship banner fights. Like, yeah, I think they started making the fights earlier, and it
makes it easier for everybody, especially the ones that got to travel hours away from there. But yeah, I mean, I've watched a lot of your fights over the years, and feel that you have proven yourself, obviously. Do you feel like you're winding down, or do you feel like you still got it in you to get some good fights out there?
I just fought Mike Richmond. Mike Richmond's fighting for the championship.
Oh yeah.
I go and fight top guys. I always fought the top guys right off the rip. Like I said, I fought Daquan Townsend, which was in the UFC for 4 or 5 fights. I think he just got dropped. But I fought him in my 4th fight for championship for PWC.
Yeah.
And he gave me my first loss. But we ended up fighting again. Like I said, it was early in my career, and I took a lot of fights that maybe I shouldn't have taken early, but I like fighting the best, so I've never backed down from any fight. I always went and fought wherever they put up against me. Like, I even fought one of my real good friends, Ruben Esparza, at heavyweight. I went and weighed in with my clothes, with change in my pockets, just to make weight, because I believe I was underweight.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So yeah,
That's
I think
crazy.
we went into the fight, but
That's a
I
good
think he
idea.
had 45 pounds on me.
Oh, okay.
We
So
still save the show for that one.
yeah, I was gonna say. So when you okay, that's a good one. So when you go and do your weigh-ins and things like that, what do they do? Okay, so say you had to be 190. Just throw that number out there, and you're like 187. Do they let you still fight, or is there like a
No, there's
Wait.
with you and your opponent have to be within 5 pounds of each other. So say the fight's at 185, and I mean you get a 1 pound allowance. So usually guys that fight at 185 walk around at like 205, 210. me, for instance, I walk around about 210, 215, and I drop down.
Mm.
And you want to. I mean, you got to be at weight 185, 186
Mm.
with a pound allowance. And if you come up overweight or somebody's underweight, you guys got to be within the range, the 5 pound range, or they run the fight will get dropped.
Oh,
So
really?
say somebody comes in at 83 and I'm at 86, then the fight still go.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well, say I come in at 87, he's at 84.
Yeah.
I'm overweight now, so then there's a penalty for that.
Oh,
so
okay.
there's a penalty for if you're overweight, you get like 15-20% of your purse taken from your opponent
Really?
gets it.
Oh,
He could also say, "Fuck that." He'll get paid for
Right.
making weight, and I look, but the person overweight will look
Yeah.
bad, and
Wait, so okay, so that was the other thing too. So say one guy's a little over and they won't balance it out. There's no way to do that. Or,
yeah, the say let's say I'm cutting really hard and
yeah.
I can't make weight. It's happened where I caught Cuppy, and I think I was like 3 pounds over or something,
Mm-hmm.
and we were like 7 pounds out.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew I was cutting. I was in a sauna when I got to weigh-ins and everything else. But I was traveling for this fight. I think I came from Texas to fight Cuppy, so I didn't have the week of my regular just to be able to make the weight. So it just made things more difficult for me. But I was still running in the sauna suit and shit. So he started hydrating and tried to gain weight. So we met. And we ended up within 4 pound range. So we made the fight happen. So
Oh, that's cool.
this depends on your opponent.
Yeah.
And the promotion.
Yeah, because I like me. That's the other thing too. Now, because I'm trying to picture like how they actually do, like kind of like a behind the scenes thing, where okay, say, pretty sure this doesn't matter, but I've read online that like you're certain, like depending on your height, you have to be a certain weight. Do they go by that as well, or is that just depending? Doesn't matter.
And it all depends on the state. Each state has their own commission. They have their own regulations. So, like when I fought Mike Richmond, I thought I was at weight.
Yeah.
I go in and get on the scale. I'm at 88. I got to be at 86. I weighed myself at the gym on this scale they said was accurate.
Of course.
I was 185.5 there. And I'm like, I'm good. So we went and rested up. I go weigh in at 88. And like, we're the main event. So we weigh in first. And then Florida Commission they're pricks. And they're like, you got 30 minutes to go cut.
What?
So
Really?
To go cut 2 pounds. I ended up weighing in at 186.3 or something.
Wait,
I was
so
over 0.3. I lost like 20% of my price.
how in the heck? Really?
Yeah.
How do they? But what would you do though? What would you have to do?
Go cut more weight, do more water weight, put on my sauna suit back when it started running.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And the elliptical.
I was like, how the hell are you supposed to do that in 30 minutes?
It's possible. I mean, but like I said, every state's different. In Michigan, I think they give you 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
You got 2 hours still to try to cut weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was assuming it'd be the same issue over there and running it off. They're like, you got 30 minutes.
Wow.
And 30 minutes deadline if you're not away.
That probably would have killed me.
Then
I would have been like, what the
when I
heck?
was trying to cut the weight, I didn't want to look professional. I wasn't hurting at all.
Yeah.
I had a really good camp for Mike Richmond, and I was ready to bang with Rich.
Yeah.
So,
Like, man, I can't even think about that. Like, just to think about like, okay, you got 30 minutes to go lose some weight. I'm like,
yeah,
how
it
am I
just
supposed to
depends
do
on the
that?
state. Like, some states won't even allow you to cut. Then you discuss that with the managers. and the promotion. What's gonna happen from there?
Yeah.
Gonna take a purse. Does the opponent want to still fight you?
Yeah.
I remember fighting for I believe it was Lights Out or KOP, and I was fighting very first my very first UFC veteran against Terry Martin, weighed in at fighting at 185 for the middleweight championship, I believe. He comes in at 15 pounds over.
Jeez. Oh,
So I go and start hydrating because I sold a lot of tickets for this fight, and you're like, I'm not gonna cut no more. Ended up getting like I think 25% of his purse because he was way overweight. I gained weight to be able to fight him, so we had to get within that 5 pound range.
Yeah.
And we still made the fight happen.
That's cool. I mean, yeah, you still obviously get paid, and that's, you know, because I looked at it as like you show up to work, clock in, they tell you to go. Still got to get paid for that time you were there. So it's like, that's why I was asking that. Still got to get paid for the time you were there.
Sure.
You know,
I mean, on top of
you
that,
know.
we go and we got to get our medicals.
Yeah.
Some states require MRI, brain scan. Like there's some medicals that are expensive, EKG for bare knuckles, and fighting all over the country for bare knuckles. Utah had to get a brain scan, CT scan, EKGs. You got to get a physical, EKG, brain scan, blood work, check your eyes, your retinas attached. There's no there's a lot to
little details and all that.
A lot of medicals that need to get done that nobody really knows about unless you're a fighter, a promoter, a trainer, coach that deals with that type of stuff. But
so is that why they put the light in your eye sometimes to make sure that, or is that just because to make sure you're alert?
They have to have a doctor state that your retinas are attached. You won't be able to see if your retinas.
Yeah, you know, I wondered that because I was like, or maybe that's just to make sure you're alert. You know, obviously, but
they actually dilate your eyes and stuff. They make your pupils really big so they can see through it and make sure everything's attached in the back.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It sucks when you go get your eyes dilated and stuff because then you can't see for a while.
Yeah,
you see blurry anyways.
Yeah. Because then you got to wear those black glasses.
Yeah, those little shades.
I freaking okay, because I had to do that one time when because I was thinking about going to get laser eye surgery, and I don't like wearing these, but they said, "Oh, you got to get your eyes dilated to make sure you can even do that," and I was like, "Really? I don't want to do that crap." It was crazy.
I have to do that every 6 months. Actually, I just sent my my medicals in, and they're saying I have to. My vision exam wasn't gonna pass because it was at 6 months. So I didn't read it was. I'm gonna have to go do it this week.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get in.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
They probably like how could you even see? You didn't even pass this. So I mean, I think so other than that, you know, I mean, you know, you still got the way you train. Hey, and we got Andreas, we got Maya, we got David Bazan. Hey, how you guys doing? Thanks for watching. Tuning in. But yeah, he's watching. We got Maya. You know Maya? I think she was friends with. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking. I was thinking because I worked with her at the hotel that we worked. But you know, and then of course I mean, you probably get this asked. So you get your, you call it pre-game meals, things like that. Is there anything different that you do that somebody told you, hey, you need to start doing this. You need to start eating like this, you know, anything like that?
You get shit over my diet.
Oh.
To eat. Yeah, I used to eat real healthy and do everything by the book.
Right.
And
Now you're in the don't give
I'm
a shit
more
attitude.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a lot. It's a lot. Well, I've been fighting for over 10 years now,
Yeah.
and it's a lot to keep up with that of commitment.
Yeah.
But when it's time to buckle down, month out, start buckling down depending on my weight
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But especially
Oh, I'm sure.
grinding and going and grinding for MMA, it's training's a lot harder than doing for just bare knuckles. You're just doing bare knuckles.
Yeah.
Is just boxing, but for MMA, you gotta do the ground game. Even though I'm fighting a stand-up guy,
Right.
I'm still working some ground. I still gotta work that jiu-jitsu, that the wrestling escapes,
Yeah.
me doing the takedowns. It just MMA is like a chess game. Like you if say he's catching me, he's longer. He's catching me with some nasty kicks. I'm not gonna want to get kicked. I need to do something different. I'm not just gonna sit there and get kicked like somebody else did in the previous fight and they stopped the fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna either check it. I mean, there's defenses to that as well. So you either want to check it, maybe take them down. Like I said, there's different things. That's why you train the whole
Right.
MMA aspect of a fight. Like you do your ground, you got to change stuff up. Yeah. Just to let you know, hey, we're losing the fight in this aspect. We need to do something different.
Yeah.
Or you have your corners to help
Right.
you. They help you. The stuff that you don't see in there, then that's what the corners are there for. So,
Right. Keep your mind focused. Now, without giving anything away, is there the type of skills that you got that you feel that, I mean, okay, how can I say? Everybody looks like, for example, football players. You know, is that you like the way they do that. You like the way their mindset is. Do you pick anything up from other people? Like, do you get like advice and say, hey, you're not punching right, or you're not, do you pick that?
I'm training. I either give advice
Mm-hmm.
or I'm watching and learning. I mean, there's so much things to learn in MMA still.
Mm-hmm.
Even boxing, bare knuckles is a different game. There's just so much to learn. I picked up some stuff right before my last fight, and I used it once or twice the fight, and I caught him with it.
Right.
And I'm thinking after I finally watched the fight, it took me a while to watch the fight because I didn't want to watch it.
Right.
I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I was catching Mike some good shots, and he was taking them and shit. So,
Yep.
like, but I said, you go and fight some of the best in the world. Like I have, especially in bare knuckles, I fought their top guys, and
Right.
I fought their champ. I fought 3 previous champs: Lorenzo Hunt, Francisco Ricci, Mike Richmond. Like I've fought their top guys. Jake Boswick. I've never gone in there and just fought a scrub. So
Right.
all the guys that I've fought for bare knuckles is all top 10 guy level guys. So
Yeah. Yep. And I've watched them all. Watched them all, everybody. Got Eric Lozano in the house. What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching. We got Brian Martinez watching. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Eric's got a new fight. Fight coming up on November 9th, which is
weekend,
Saturday.
next Saturday.
Saturday. I didn't even look at a calendar. But November 9th in Lansing, Michigan at the Causeway Bay Hotel. Doors open at 4:30. Fights start at 6. It is $85 VIP. General admission is $40. Get your tickets. You will post. Are you gonna? Where are they selling them?
Have them on.
Oh, okay. So if you need to get a ticket, get a hold of Eric. He will get you some tickets. Let him know how many you need, and we'll go from there. You know, we got to support our local talent. We got to support anybody that literally comes out of Holland or the Texas area. Wait, what part of Texas are you from?
From Valley.
Valley. Do that. I always screw that part up. Why? I don't know. But hey, Paco, what's going on? Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. But yes, so get a hold of Eric. He's got tickets available. You, however many you need, let him know. Those tickets. So let me go ahead and do the sponsor video one more time, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by Papa John's, 280 North River Avenue, right here in Holland. Give him a call, 616-355-7272. Southside Cuts, with 2 locations, 114 West 16th or 375 Columbia Avenue, 616-836-7502. They're open weekly 10 to 8. Pure West Compassion Club, located at 9730 Adams Street, Holland, Michigan. Get a hold of them, 616-772-9420, or visit their website at purewestclub.com. I always do that. I'm sitting here just watching it. Oh, look. But hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And we are back. So I just, here's the thing, is like, what do you think about the way fighting is now compared to how it was back in the day, like 90s? Because, you know, there's always that, oh, boxing sucks or fighting sucks now, or I'm sure you've heard people say that. I like it. I followed Mike Tyson, everybody else. But what are your thoughts on the way it's changed for the better, or if it's, you know what I mean? Like, what are your thoughts on like the growth of a bare knuckle fighting? What's your thoughts on that?
So, MMA started with the UFC. When the UFC started, it was Royce Gracie running the show with his jiu-jitsu. Since then, it's upgraded so much. There's pretty good wrestlers like Russian wrestlers that are taking over, and there's just so many aspects to MMA that have changed. There's new rules.
Yeah.
Back in the day, they would fight 3 or 4 times the same day.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. There's a black eye that I'll give.
They'd have a tournament. They'd have a tournament and be to the finish.
Oh wow.
Winner takes all. We're gonna
like for the
fighters like that same night. Like,
oh wow, jeez.
Yeah. And it was all weights. There was no weight classes at the beginning of UFC. So
that's crazy. I didn't think about
and
that.
well, boxing's still there.
Yeah.
UFC has changed a lot with the weight divisions. Also with wrestling and everything. I mean, you gotta learn all aspects of the game. You can't just be one dimension.
Yeah.
And I had issues with that at the beginning of my career because I was actually a brawler. I didn't study boxing. I just started fighting. I went to go take my son Taekwondo, and there was an MMA instructor there, asked me to start training. I said, fuck it, let's go. Started 2 weeks into training. I'm like, give me a fight. That's the way I'm going to learn. So,
wow.
Started fighting that same year. I went 16-3, and then nobody would fight me. I had 5 amateur belts, heavyweight, 2 at heavyweight, or light heavyweight, 1 at middleweight, and 1 at welterweight. I actually made my debut fighting at 170, the pros.
Right.
But yeah, and now you have bare knuckles now that just came in and showing it's the biggest rising promotion right now, and they're still trying to make it legal in several states, Michigan being one of them. So I'm hoping that I'm still fighting for bare knuckles, and they're able to have a show here in Michigan, Detroit, wherever it may be. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a huge fan base in Michigan. Like everybody knows me as the guy that's gonna go fight whoever, whenever. It doesn't matter. I've taken a fight on 2 days' notice, 3 days' notice. So at bigger weight divisions, I don't care. I'll fight to fight. Like I said, UFC used to be no weight divisions. Royce Gracie would them 170 and beating guys that came in as sumo wrestlers.
Oh wow.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the weight. A fight's a fight.
Yeah.
That's why I grew up down in the valley.
Yep.
And you're gonna go scrap. It doesn't matter the size.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. 'Cause you gotta show people. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna get a fight, or I mean, an opponent, what do you call it? Question you, like, say, I want to fight here. Now, does that happen most of the time, or is it just depending?
Not necessarily. In the pros, I don't believe there's a grudge match. There was a grudge match between me and Corey Cuppy back in the day, and this Dennis Vance dude, shirts of Victor Jones. He never wanted to fight me. He ended up beating my brother, so I always called him out. Wanted to fight him.
Oh.
And we ended up fighting finally, and but Dennis Vance was another character that he ended up beating Brett Spardella, and Brett Spardella was a top ranked opponent, and he ended up knocking him out, and it was just a lucky punch,
right,
in my eyes, And then Dennis Vance had a main event show. His opponent got hurt, and they called me on, I think 2 weeks notice. I took the fight, and me and Dennis Vance already had words before, and he talks a lot of shit. So I'm like, at the end of the day, you and me are gonna be in a cage, and then that's where shit gets funny. But
it feels your fire though. Huh? It feels your fire though. To get to be in there and be like, you talk all the shit you want.
They you and me are gonna be locked up in the cage. Bro. He was saying that he was that I haven't been hit so hard by anybody, and this and that. He was gonna knock me out, and then pick me up and cuddle me and all this shit. And at the end of the fight, I ended up TKOing him. I hand him a teddy bear and I say, "Here, you cuddle me." So he throws it out of the cage. But
oh man. Hey, did anybody catch that on video?
I made some shirts for him. Called him Dennis. Called him Joe Dirt. All that shit. Yeah, I made some shirts for him. That was a fun one. Me and Corey Cuppy had a grudge match. I think I gave him his first professional loss. The contender fighter when I was gonna fight Daquan Towns for the championship. Gave him his first loss. We had a grudge match. I think our moms got fit in the audience, something. I'm not sure, but
dang, that was
but Corey Cuppy, he talks a lot of shit. He calls himself the womanizer. Him and his brother, they tend to talk a lot of shit. I have respect for him. I gave him a redemption shot. He ended up getting me. Wasn't really training for the fight. But it happens. And but yeah, we're 1-1. I have respect for him. He just fought for Karate Combat, another big up and coming promotion that's rising.
Okay.
I think GSP is a part of it. And I think you fight in a dome where you go down. It goes downward. It's a different type of fighting environment.
That's great.
It seems pretty cool, but I mean, you got a lot of good talent, and Cuppy's fighting there. He supports me in BKFC. We've had our disagreements and talk shit to each other, but at the end of the day, we're professional, and we give each other's props when it's due. So
at least you got, at least in the end is, you guys can still respect each other, fighters and as people, because there's always those ones out there that are always going to stay like at that cocky attitude,
Oh, for sure.
and so it's like it's always good to be almost like Michael Jordan, because what I learned from what he does is he'll everybody says this that's interviewed or that asked playing against Michael Jordan, they will always say he's friends with you off the court, but when you step on that court, he will kill you as a basketball player. So feel like a lot of people are like take advantage of the situation of trying to make sure that his mind is different when I go to fight him. So in the aspects of coming from you, how do you prepare for that next fight? Like mentally, because do you stay focused? Do you like what Karate Kid? I was watching that the other day and he had that guy's picture there. But you know what I mean? Like, do you picture them as your, or does it phase you?
I've had many professional. I've had too many fights already. I go in there. I don't even think about my opponent. I've already studied. I already worked everything that I need to work. I know what's coming. I know what I'm supposed to do in certain situations. But you never know. Sometimes the fight goes to a position that to the ground, or something happens to where, say, I break my hand. I don't my left hand no more. I gotta I gotta adjust. It's adversity in a fight. You gotta be able to overcome that, because I'm not gonna fold. I'm not gonna tap. I fought where I broke my thumb on a punch. I think it was against Alexander Trevino. My bone was sticking out of my thumb, and I was still fighting. And it's just adversity in a fight. You'll never see me tap from strikes. I have tapped from being choked when you're about to go out or whatever. But that's the different. It just depends on the fight. But being cocky and all that shit, I'm humble. Fought some of the best in the world, like I said, and some of my. I've never gotten into a fight where somebody just beats the shit out of me. So if that ever happens, then I expect my family, my people, my friends to tell me, hey, it's. But like I said, I just fought Mike
what
Richmond.
Are you doing?
I just fought Mike Richmond, and I held my own. I was really disappointed. I trained hard for that fight. It's one of my better camps that I had. But it happens. You're fighting the best in the world, and shit like that happens. It's that boxing. I didn't have that boxing growing up, or getting dropped and being able to get up once you stand up on a 10 count. Like I didn't even train that. Hey, if you're hurt, and get your wits back, get back up at 7. I didn't know how that worked, so I learned now. I'm just not gonna I'm just gonna get up. I'm not gonna wait and try to that chance and get my wits back and take it slow. And I'm just getting my ass back up and let's go.
Exactly. We got Armando Gonzalez watching, and we got Danny Perales. Going on, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. My earpiece keeps. We got a fight coming up. We got Eric Lozano versus Dean Caldwell, Lansing, Michigan. It is November 9th, 2024, next Saturday, everybody. If you can make it out there, Eric's got tickets. Get a hold of him on Facebook Messenger. However many tickets you need. And you said, oh, you know what? I'll have you say that part you said earlier about the different prices.
Yeah, I got tables. Tables are a little cheaper. Table seats are a little cheaper. You don't have to get a full table. I'll play around with my tables and make it work for whatever table seats you need. I'm letting them go for $100 a seat. Also the VIP seats I'm letting them go for 70, not the 85 they're asking for, and the general admission are 40. And also you also get an El Travieso shirt with any ticket purchased by me. So if you want a El Travieso shirt, come check out the fight. I'm not even sure. I haven't even looked at the card to be honest with you. I'm not sure if I'm the main event, co-main event. I don't even know where I'm at on the card. I'm just gonna show up to fight. So
Right.
so I'm hoping that you guys can make it out. It's gonna be a show. I don't expect nothing less than a knockout. I want to get another knockout of the night. So and my guy's a stand-up. My opponent's a stand-up fighter. He's gonna come in bang, and hopefully I get the best of that. So
Cool. Ready to and again, if it's it was gonna be aired somewhere.
if there's a live stream, I'll check with the promotion today, and I'll be posting something on it. And I just want to throw a shout out to my sponsors. Arturo's Tacos hadn't sponsored me. I was supposed to be fighting in Muskegon November 2nd. That was canceled, and he's out there in Grand Haven. Go check out his tacos; they're really good. He's got a full menu of stuff. The platter I like the best is the Diablitos Fajitas. That's what I like to eat there. Lake Michigan Construction, my guy Junior, always out there helping me out whenever he can. Cruz and Two Auto, Moses, he actually just fixed my truck.
Nice.
Really good guy, really good mechanic. Knows all aspects of all the vehicles. He doesn't specialize in just one thing. He could help out any aspect of the vehicle. So
yeah.
Stranger Roots, my guy Justin out there, and got a couple of spots out here in Michigan. Twin Lakes, got a spot on Twin Lakes, and then another one a little bit further north. And my employer, Chips Ground Cover, I want to thank Nick Weaver. He's the owner of work at Chips, where work at. While my vehicle was down, was allowing me to use one of the company vehicles. So I want to throw a big shout out. Thanks, you allowed me to go out and train.
I like when companies do that. They take care of you.
My guy Chaluga, Joe Chaluga, he's a chiropractor, the best in the business. He helps me out with whatever I need. Sometimes my elbow gets out of place from a nasty arm bar and training or whatever, and you pop it back in. Go check him out.
Got Linda Love watching.
And then let me see.
What up, Linda Love?
My guy Ace Potter. He does tree business, and he's also doing lawn business too. He cuts down trees and removes them completely. So if you need anything like that, and my other sponsor, the Fight Spot Dojo with Coach AC. I've been going in there and getting some training in whenever I want. And doors open, always open for me. So I always put him on as a sponsor, but he's also my coach, one of my corners. So big shout out to him. Thanks for always being there to help me out, Coach.
Well, we wish you the best, because everybody in the area that follows you, get this, that follows you, is, into wanting everybody to succeed. Anybody that's, especially like I said, from this area, in the Holland area, because me, for one, I've watched you over the years and, became friends. And it's like, go kick some ass. You know what I mean? Like, punch someone in the face. Or whoever, this guy right here. This guy right here.
Dean Caldwell.
Yep. Dean Caldwell. Let me say that over. Eric Lozano versus Dean Caldwell. Live November 9th. Everybody, November 9th, 2024. At the Causeway Bay Hotel in Lansing, Michigan. Doors open at 4:30. Get there as soon as you can. It starts backwards. Fights start at 6. Again, he has a deal. 70 for VIP, but you got to get the tickets from Eric if you want that deal. And general admission is 40. So get a hold of Eric, like I said, if you want those tickets. I mean, it's awesome that you're still getting these fights and getting on the do they still call it a card?
Yeah, fight card.
Yeah. It's been a while since,
You know that.
since I've been able to actually learn
And I
it.
haven't fought in Michigan in my area. That's why I was excited about the Muskegon show. Unfortunately, it was canceled over
Oh, yeah.
some paperwork not being turned in
Mm.
on time. I'm not sure of the full details, but
Right.
that kind of sucks. But like again, Lansing not that far away. It's an hour and 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
I've had party buses go out there for my friends and family before. Fortunately, I didn't have enough time to set that up since the promotion in Lansing picked up the fight and made a championship also. So it was that second changes that kind of suck, but we're still making it happen, and would appreciate your support. Like Ben said, I got tickets on hand. Just get with me. Giving deals on tables, the VIPs, and general admission. Plus, you get an El Travieso shirt with the ticket purchase from me.
That's
So
cool. And it's cool. Let's show that shirt. Check this out. This is actually a nice design. I like the way that looks. We got Texas and Michigan and the same shirt. That's pretty cool. Of course, you got to put that up. I like that. That's actually pretty bad. What is the design in the back? What is that?
that's a silhouette of me giving Cody Brunage a flying knee in one of our fights from a picture.
Oh, okay.
Cody Brunage is now in the UFC, and he's doing pretty well there. So, and like I said, I fought some of the best guys in the world, and Cody Brunage being one of them. He beat me in a 5-round decision for that fight. I split him open with that flying knee, and I don't know if anybody's seen where I'm all bloodied up and stuff in a picture inside the cage.
I think I have to.
That's from that fight with Brundage. So wasn't my blood.
I was just gonna say, and that's rare to see that. But yeah, I mean, again, go support him. If you can if you can make it out to Lansing, you don't work that weekend, get out there and support him. So let me do the sponsor video one more time, and then we got 2 more minutes now, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by Papa John's, 280 North River Avenue, right here in Holland. Give him a call, 616-355-7272. Southside Cuts, with 2 locations, 114 West 16th or 375 Columbia Avenue, 616-836-7502. They're open weekly 10 to 8. Pure West Compassion Club, located at 9730 Adams Street, Holland, Michigan. Get a hold of them, 616-772-9420, or visit their website at purewestclub.com. All right, so we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I want to thank Eric Lozano for being on the podcast tonight. We appreciate you. I mean, anytime, man. I mean, because it's, again, we got to support our Holland people. We got to support anybody that's trying to live their dreams. And it's just cool that you're, like I said, there you finally got to make up for that one fight that got canceled. But okay. Anything else did you want to say?
Want to add that I'm gonna come out and bang like I usually do. It's gonna be a fun night, and expect nothing less but a knockout. I'm trying to get another knockout of the night. So,
And then yeah, because I'm like thinking to myself, now if we're able to watch it, I will also share that. So once you find it, I'll share that.
there's a live stream. I'll be sharing it with Ben and posting it myself. So, in case you can't make it out, but like I said, tickets on hand. Hit me up. Lansing's an hour and 15 minutes away. Come check it out.
Not too far away, people. If you can drive to Detroit, you can drive to Lansing. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. We thank everybody for joining. We thank Eric Lozano for being on the show tonight and checking out the studio. you know, yeah, we finally got a place to literally almost call home, but then kind of made it look like my basement a little bit about some of the stuff here. But yeah, so it's been an awesome show. Appreciate Eric being here. We'll get that win, kick some
Thanks
ass.
for having me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hopefully be back in here for a bare knuckle fight.
Championship. All right, everybody have a good night, and we will see. Oh, it's Friday. I was gonna say. And we'll see you guys on Monday night. Everybody have a good night. Be safe out there, and stay tuned.